Salami dreaded.
Yeah. They say I walk like a king, talk like a king. You can act around now, say the same thing. They chasing the fame, they all want the name, but they ain't got what's running through these veins. Say I walk like a king, talk like a king. You can act around now, say the same thing. Like that. Like that. I want you like that. Like that.
All right. Hello, Royal Family. How are you? I am Shaq Daddy once again with another episode. Today we are interviewing a music artist by the name of Avenue, The Ladies Love. He's dropping an album today. It's called The Night After the Party.
Yes, sir.
Awesome. He's here to tell us all about it, but we're going to start off by letting him introduce himself and give us a little background into who he is as an artist. What's going on, my guy?
Hey, man, I'm feeling real good, man. I appreciate you for having me, brother.
Not a problem. I'm feeling great as well. Glad to have you here with us. So tell us, who is Avenue the artist?
Well, Avenue the artist is just somebody that just want to provide some good music, but some thoughtful music that's just gonna make you feel, think, hit every type of mindset that you could possibly be in. But most definitely, I like to call myself like Holy Love or the Cupid. You know what I'm saying? So
Right.
I try to be like the leader of romance.
Okay. I like that. And if you guys noticed, he said Holy Love, his brand. Let them know where they can find your clothing.
Oh, most definitely, yeah. If you can actually find my clothing, it's Lasant Amour. I have 2 different sites, but if you Google Lasant Amour, that's LASANT AMOUR, you'll see it. It'll say Lasant Amour by Avenue. I got all types of threads as far as shirts, pants, socks, bags, tote bags, just all kinds of material. But the main feel of it is basically just try to promoting that holy love type of vibe, that love, something to just make you feel like you kind of safe.
Right. Mm-hmm. I like it. So make sure you guys check out that brand, grab you a piece of gear, and let's jump right into this album right quick.
What's good? It's the one and only Ladies Love Avenue, and I want you to check out my new single from my new album, The Night After the Party, I Wanna Leave. I Wanna Leave. All right? You gotta check that out, man.
So with this current project, because I know you personally, I understand that you had a lot going on. This year was your daughter's senior year.
Yes.
So with that, I know there was a whole lot of stuff that you had to buy for her. There was the prom, there was the graduation, and all of the things.
And she got accepted to Tuskegee Institute, so.
Okay, and you told me she got a full ride over there, so let's not leave that out. And then you're also a new dad.
Mm-hmm.
So, you know, with having a new child and then getting this other one to graduation status with all that senior years pull out of you, where did you find the time to even set aside to do this new project?
I mean, to be honest, if you know anything about any Pisces, we multitask like a mug. Let me put it like this. You got the Pisces that procrastinate, that have a lot of ideas and don't move forward, and then you have the Pisces like me that have a lot of ideas and try to do everything at one time. I'm that person that try to do everything at one time. I might not. I would say I got about a 80 to 90% success rate. Some stuff fall on the wayside because you can't do everything at one time. However, I'm just used to multitasking, so I've found a way to panic at the disco, if you want to call it. I found a way to be a true octopus. And what's crazy is that even in like my, I'm an independent artist, so we still gotta work. So even in my 9 to 5, I am an octopus. Like my position of what I actually do professionally, I'm working in 3 different markets. Where I'm literally an octopus, where I'm on the phone, I'm texting, I'm on emails, I'm working with this department, I'm working that department, I'm working this department. I got all that going on. In the midst of it, I'm an actor, I'm a singer, I'm a songwriter. Right. So it's like I got all that stuff going on, and I'm still a dad. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I'm still able to take some kind of time and dedicate that to my children. So I really don't have an answer, man. It's just been, it's really how to me, when I'm not doing 100 things is when I'm like probably at my saddest. And that sounds crazy as hell, but when I'm not doing 100 things, when I ain't got a lot going on, I'll be lost.
I ain't gonna lie to you, I feel the same way. When I'm not mixing and moving and having appointments and all of the stuff that I do, oh God. Yeah. I feel like those people that say, oh, I'm depressed, but not for real, because I just be sitting around not doing shit. And then I'd be like, I should be doing some stuff. But that's why myself, I keep myself here, there, and everywhere, working with this one, working with that one, finding new projects or developing the project that I ain't even ready to start doing yet. Like, my mind needs to be doing something. Because I had someone come to me the other day, and they were talking to me, but I was doing something and they thought I wasn't listening. But then when I was able to rattle off everything that they said verbatim, they were like, well, why was you doing that? Because you're talking, my brain needs something to focus on so that I can listen to you. Because looking at a person while they're talking, man, it kind of blows me.
Yeah.
And I can't look at people say spoken word on a stage because I'll be laughing. It's gonna be a distraction. I don't know why my brain works like that, but again,
that's funny. Not to have a sidebar, but it's funny because even when I'm like reading a book or reading just an article, my brain ventures off and it creates some kind of story, a visual story, for that. Because like I know I got all the alphabets, but I just don't believe in it. You know what I'm saying? The ADHD, ADD. I just don't believe in that because I just feel like they're crutches.
Right. And
I just don't abide by that. However, to have all those, whatever they want to call them, the OCDs, the ADD, the ADHD, that actually keeps me sane. It keeps me moving.
Right. And that's what I try to tell people. Like, we all have a little bit or a percentage of certs for all of that shit. Some people are worse than others, their percentages are higher than others, or whatever the situation might be, but we all have all of those things. It's a part of what makes us human. Yeah. So we shouldn't use it as an excuse or a crutch to do the silly nonsense that people do or don't do. We should just accept it, embrace it, and learn how to use it to our advantage.
It's your superpower.
Right.
Yeah, it's your superpower.
It is your superpower. And those that have the best superpowers usually go to a doctor and get a pill that suppresses it. I don't understand how that works.
Yeah.
That's not how you're supposed to do that. But okay.
So to answer your question, how I'm able to do all those things, ADHD.
To answer your question, how I do all of my things, insane.
All right.
I'm freaking crazy. Because I have to be crazy for all the things that I do.
Gotta be.
Because, man, helping other people with their projects while still trying to do what I got to do and talking about I got to read these books and do this studying and do this research and head all over the place. When I get done with the day, they be like, what did you complete? Nothing. I got a lot done, but it ain't completed. But I digress. Back to this album. Okay. So with all of that being said, the time to do the album, I see from what you responded with was, in the midst of all that I love, music is one of those things. And if you love something, you'll find the time.
Yes.
Because there's no other answer to that. It's like, if you really want it, you'll make it happen.
My motto is, as long as I'm alive, I'll live. So that means that I don't talk in, and I hate when people say this, oh man, I wish I could, oh man, I wish I would have.
Oh,
like, it kills me, because it's like, how you talking like you're dead already? You know what I'm saying? Like,
Right.
I don't
Like, time's up.
Yeah, like, I'm finna do this because this is what I do.
Right.
So I look at that as my MO. That's my motivation. That's how I got to. It doesn't matter if ain't nobody, the whole world not wearing my brand or whatever. The point is, while I'm living and I'm walking on earth, I'm finna drop every seed I got to, because who knows? You know what I'm saying?
Right.
It might take off 60 years from now, but at least I planted that seed.
Okay, definitely. I like that. Because I'm telling you, if you're alive and you still have it in you to do the things, if you give up on you, that's you. But if you truly want something, truly desire it, nothing is going to stop you from getting it.
That's right.
So with that, what does this album, what is the objective or the feel or mood that you want people to get from this album?
All right, so this album is really a cross between my Bad Boy and my Gentleman. It's like one of those splits. That's why it's called The Night After the Party. And what I want people to kind of do is kind of like dig deep into themselves and ask themselves that same question. It don't have to be in the same terms, but it's one of those self-realization of who do you want to be, or who you want people to view you as. So the beginning of the album, it feels good. It's got all the energy behind it. The end of the album is more of a moment of realization where I'm like, okay, this is where I am. This is where I want to be. This feels good to me. You know what I'm saying? This makes me happy.
Okay.
All those things are still a part of me. However, this is truly where I want to be at.
Right. Awesome. Okay, so now I want to ask you this. With this album, to give the audience a vibe of where they can possibly expect this album to take them sensory, what movie or movie scene would you apply to your album?
Okay, so we're going to get the Loverboy stuff out of the way first. So when it comes down to like the end of the album, the self-realization, I would say that's more of Jason Leary's Love and Basketball, even The Notebook.
Okay.
That's that type of moment where it's like you realize like, okay, this is where I am, this is where I want to be, but this is who I really am. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
As far as the beginning part is more like a house party, players club.
Nice. Okay, so you're gonna jam on the beginning.
Yeah. You can break all your rules, you know what I'm saying? you can have your fun at the beginning of the album. That's literally meant to make you not think and just do and just feel good. You know what I'm saying? It starts off with a braggadocious song talking about like me, but it also is a message in that song where I'm kind of like talking about, you know, can't nobody do the things that I do. But even in the verse, I'm kind of talking about like an ex where it's like, okay, you left, you know what I'm saying? This is how my life is. I feel better, but I also feel bad at the same time. And I don't know why I feel bad, because technically you the one to decide to exit. You know what I'm saying? So the beginning of the album is basically getting to that moment of saying like, okay, is it me? You know what I'm saying? Or is it just my choices? Because it could not necessarily be me, but it could be my choices and where I decide to put my energy at. And if I get to the moment of saying like, all right, let me go out, have my fun, deal with what I got to deal with, then I can actually get to a moment of saying, all right, cool. Now I did all of that stuff. Now we get to what I really
right.
I got all that out my system. Now I can get to what
I can get back to where I need to be. Okay, nice. So With that being said, it sounds like there's a nice little, I guess, transition from wild and fancy free to calm and more mature situation going on. So that transition is what we're expect to feel through this album.
Yes.
Awesome.
Yeah.
So you guys take a listen, go from beginning to end. Let us know if you feel that smooth transition, if you get that house party vibe at the beginning, and if you get the lover boy stuff at the end. Tell us how you feel. Okay, so now, more about the album. Can you describe this cover art?
Yes, in detail. All right, so the main title, The Night After the Party, the reason why it's written the way it's written, where it looks like more of like a call to action, like a newspaper, is mainly because I wanted it to look like an announcement.
Okay.
Once I kind of like got people pulled in visually by that part, the whole point of me sitting in the chair and the remnants of a party happening, but no actual people around.
Right.
And it's showing that it's actually nighttime. It's like that moment where it's like, okay, dang, I see you done had a party, but where everybody at? And I'm basically like sitting there like looking down at the ground because I'm kind of like reflecting like, okay, cool, this was fun. It made me feel good, but it was temporary. You know what I'm saying? Like this the night portion of life, not the night, but the party portion of life is all fun and games, and it feels good, but it's so temporary because it's like it got to end at some point. And once the party dies, who are you? You know what I'm saying?
Okay. Right.
And I got to that moment personally in my life where it's like, okay, the party, I don't know if I can curse on here or not, but the party stuff is like is over with. You know what I'm saying? It's not fun. I'm 39. You know what I'm saying? It's like it's not fun. Like, yeah, although I could be a great bad boy. You know what I'm saying? I could be a good bad boy.
Right.
It sounds like a real oxymoron, but I could be a good bad boy. I just don't. It ain't me. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
It ain't who I am. Like even though I'm good at it, don't mean I got to do it.
Right.
So I got into that moment where it's like, okay, cool. Just because I know how to do this and I'm good at that part, it's really not who I am. It's not what I want to be. And it goes back to like when I made a decision of what kind of artist I want to be. When I broke the news to my brother and I was like, hey, I want to be a singer. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And he was like, oh, bet. You know, I'm thinking that he's gonna be like, what? You know what I'm saying? Because like I told you, my brother 8 years older than me. I always looked up to him. And the way he was freestyling, rap and stuff like that, I wanted to do the same thing, but I had to choose my own path. So this album is pretty much that again, where, okay, cool, I chose my own path as far as like where I want to go sonically with music, but now I'm choosing my path for where I want to go with life.
Okay, so kind of another redefining moment, and I like that, because throughout the years of your music history, I noticed when we've talked on previous interviews, you have gone from where you were to moving to this next step, to having to leave that situation behind to make the next transition. So you've made a couple of transitions so far already, but in the middle of what you currently have going on in your life with all the family, the new job and everything else, like what was the thing that truly sparked you to want to do this current project when you did it? Because wow, you picked a like really busy time to do this, as far as I'm concerned.
Yeah, really what kind of, if I could just be real candid and real honest, really what pushed me into doing the project, because I wasn't even trying to focus on the solo project.
Okay.
I was working on everybody else, once again, multitasking. I was working on everybody else's project, trying to build something with Zip, trying to get us another project going as far as my production team, Hitaholics. New life going on as far as like got a baby. And I was helping out a friend of mine, which is another artist, old friend of mine, which was an artist. He had some music he wanted to work on.
Okay.
We end up kind of like sonically working together to the point that he was like, hey man, we just gonna be a group. And I wasn't completely on board with it, but at the same time, the more that we started working, I was like, you know what? I've been knowing this dude like 20 years, you know what I'm saying? Why not? Okay. I don't work with everybody else, why not? And it made me feel like, all right, cool. this gonna give me a chance to actually like test my writing skills, do some different type of stuff that I ain't really got to worry about barriers of this got to be R&B or anything like that because he was a rapper. Long story short, this was during the time of my child about to be born. When we was working, we had been to the studio about three or four times already, but we couldn't like get it done because the way I like to record, I got a type of way I like to record.
Okay.
Especially with songs that was already mine. Like I say, he reached out to me to basically help write for him, and then we end up getting to a point where we say, hey, we're gonna do a project together.
Okay.
So I already had songs that I was working on. I said, cool, we'll use this as one of those songs. It's pretty much done. All you gotta do is put your rap stuff on there.
Okay.
Got to the studio, and it's like he was messing up my focus, and we had been to the studio multiple times and never got anything accomplished. That's a huge pet peeve of mine. Even when I was in an actual real R&B group, couldn't get nothing done. I'm the type of perfectionist where it's like, let's get it done first, then critique it. But you have a lot of people in the music business that want to critique it while you're there at the place, spending money, because the studio is not free.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like, why? Let's not get to the studio and start trying to fix stuff at the studio.
And that's what I can't stand about a lot of people, not just in music, but in every facet of building a business or brand. No one wants to go to the rehearsal first. They want to think they can go straight to the performance and do well. Like, no.
So, and keep in mind, this is something that I already had been working on anyway, so I knew how I wanted it to sound, but I just needed to get it on wax so I can hear it, and then we can add to it, not keep redoing it, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
So it's like, I was already kind of irritated with the process because I was like, dude, we done spent money, and I'm spending more than what y'all spending because I'm fronting most of the bill to get the studio time. So I'm like, okay, and I got a kid on the way. I can't. As a friend, somewhere down the line, you should be like, hey, let me take that in consideration. But it was never thought of. It was never taken in consideration. And long story short, because I know I'm kind of going off topic, but he had hit me up and was like, hey, if you're not gonna be able to get to the studio, I'll just go and I record the stuff myself, and I deal with you on the back end. And that right there kind of ticked me off to a certain extent. Because I was like, hey,
I almost crushed my pearls.
Yeah, I'm like, this is my stuff. I'm like, you trying to take the music that I brought to you? You can take your music that we got together and do the thing.
Understandable.
But not nothing that I worked on.
Right.
And I guess, from back and forth, I thought that was the end of that because I had reached back out to him and said, hey man, I'm a Pisces. So I'm like, I'm never gonna stay mad. So I reached back out to him like, hey bro, screw all that stuff. Let's try to figure out a way to work together. My kid here now, blah, 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 blah. Nothing. 2 weeks later, I hear a song and the dude dissing me on the song, playing my phone calls on the song.
Oh.
What's good? It's the one and only Ladies Love. And I want you to check out one of my new singles from my album, my latest album, The Night After the Party, Your Show, because it's your show.
Girl, it's your show. It's your show. Girl, it's your show. Girl, do it like you want to, 'cause it's...
Oh.
Yeah.
Wait a minute.
And talking about my catalog. So I had my mind where I wanted to respond because, like I said, I come from a rap background, so I was like, all right, I could. And he know I could freestyle. He know I could rap. So I'm like, in the back of my mind, I'm like, man, I could take. I could do this, and I was like, okay, that'd be stupid. That's not who I am. I'm not no rapper, and I don't want to stoop low, trying to go against him and taint my fan base. You know what I'm saying? Because I didn't.
Yeah.
Like, for example, like with Chris Brown, when Chris Brown responded to the Drake, you know what I'm saying, situation a couple years back. It went on deaf ears because it's like, yeah, he's super duper talented. He definitely can rap, but who cares? You know what I'm saying? You're a singer. You know what I'm saying? So he turned around and did it again, made a whole mixtape against Quavo. Went on deaf ears because it's like, okay, what's the point of this? You know what I'm saying? Right. And it ends up making his image looking like some hard body guy when you are doing popping R&B where you supposed to be super duper far from that. You hitting flips and stuff on stage. You know what I'm saying? Like, you don't need to be involved in that. So I take that serious when it comes down to my career. And I was like, okay, I can't respond like this. Because I want to respond like this, and at the same time, I know if I say something to this dude, I'm gonna say something that's gonna end up offending some friends of mine. You know what I'm saying? Because I collectively work with everybody in the entertainment business. So when it comes down to rap, you know, when it comes down to freestyles and ciphers, you can say whatever you want to say when it comes to freestyle ciphers, but I am not a freestyle cipher. I'm not a rapper. So although I understand the rules of a cipher in a rap battle, I still can't participate in that type of thing because I would end up putting myself in a situation where I'm gonna have to say something, and it might poke him, and it might make the people that like hip hop like, oh yeah, he's not, but they're not my fans. So it's like, you know what I'm saying? So it's like, what it's gonna do to my actual fans, especially if I have some fans that might offend too if I call them. You know what I'm saying? So I said, all right, the best way I could smack this dude in the face is by getting in the studio and putting a project together that's undeniable.
Okay.
You want to talk about my catalog? Cool. You want to say I'm this and that? Cool. Let me get in the studio and put something together way better than you could ever imagine. That's gonna make you, because you still follow me on everything anyway. You know what I'm saying? I want to make something that's gonna be so sonically dope that you can't deny it. You know what I'm saying? You can say whatever you want to say about my past music, but you can't deny it. So that's what was the motivation for me to like really get in the studio and work on the project, to be honest, because like I say, I was focused on trying to help everybody else out, and I was like, nah, bro, I'm sorry. I did have some stuff that I wanted to work on, but like I say, my mind was elsewhere.
Okay.
And that, thank you, by the way, that kind of, it just motivated me to just be like, you know what, that.
Okay. So your moment of inspiration for this particular project came through a moment of just like having to transform negative into positive and pushing to, I guess, because I wouldn't think you were proving it to him. I would say you had to just remind yourself of what you can do.
Yeah.
Because it has nothing to do with him at the end of the day. Like, you already said you were working on this before he came to you about it. So you were already there. But for him to do what he did fueled you to go ahead and get it to completion.
Oh, yeah.
Is what I understand.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, the car was already moving.
Right.
And it wasn't running out of gas, but that right there, it like put the high octane.
Sound like to me.
Yeah, I was just rolling up. Like, I get there when I get there, but after passing by that billboard and seeing my name up there looking crazy, I was like, all right, that's cool. Let me go put this thing in the overdrive.
Okay.
So that's what we did, and I mean my people was there. The people that I came into the game with is the same team that I put the project out with, Five Diamond. Shouts out to Five Diamond Music Group.
Okay. So now you gave a shout out to Five Diamond, but I want you to specifically go through, because I know most of the people that you work with have been a part of your career or your life for more than, well, just about as long as you've been in the music game.
Yeah.
So tell me something about those people that you're currently did this project with and that have had the impact that they've had on your life. Like, explain some of that for us and give them their flowers and stuff.
Yeah, I definitely want to shout out Next Guy. He used to go by Nextel, but he is actually the person that gave me my first opportunity as far as like a record deal.
Okay.
It was, well, him and a guy named Joe Bryant. Back when I was about 21, 22 years old. Well, actually, no, I wasn't even that young. I was about 24. This was after I was leaving errands. I was just like, I got fired from a job. I was going through pretty much like a pre-divorce breakup situation. My daughter was about 4 or 5 years old during that time, and Next pretty much gave me an opportunity. I just happened to be in the right place at the right time, to be honest, hanging around with Zip. So shouts out to Zip, which is my best friend since we was about 13 years old. He was kind of affiliated with a lot of people because he does beats and productions. And I just happened to be at the right place at the right time. I had wrote a song for him called Baby. And they loved the song. They was like, man, talking about Zip, singing and everything like that. I'm like, well, who wrote it? Zip was like, I ain't write it. It was like he wrote it. He pointed to me, and at that point, that was it. So matter of fact, shouts out to Tank the Destroyer. It was his studio that we was in when I pretty much got the opportunity.
Okay.
So yeah, Tank, Zip, Next God, these people I still talk to and still work with to this day. This is friendships over 20 years. Sauce Lord Rich, which is the engineer on the project. Man, this dude is a beast, man. Like I can't even like. If you go through some of my posts and some of my story posts, and for the people that follow me, they'll see what I mean when it's like when we're in the studio and we're actually doing the process. Because I post a lot of the things that I'm working on. So even if I'm in the car doing this thing where I got on my Instagram where I do a thing called cartoons, where I just like freestyle, sing, and those end up being songs.
Okay.
So people can see the creation of where it began down to it actually going to the studio and actually being created. So if you can go back and listen to some of my cartoons post and then go back to the studio when I'm in there with Sauce Lord, you'll see why I look at this guy like he's fucking, excuse my language, I'm sorry, but he's a magician. You know what I'm saying? Like he's an actual magician when it comes down to engineering. So definitely shout out to him, Sauce Lord Rich. Shouts out to my brother, Dre. He did help me with inspiration with a lot of projects and kind of helped me put some words together on one of my songs called Telekinesis. He's a rapper, of course. I had an idea of how I wanted to say the little second part of the bridge, but he helped me kind of put it together in a better way for it to fit. So shouts out to my brother.
Okay.
Shouts out to Mega Life, who's actually featured on my song Do Your Thing.
Okay.
As well as he's the actual voice on the Telekinesis. I'm not Telekinesis. He's the voice on Beef Fabric, where he does the Chopped and Screwed, where he say "Don't F the homies." That right there is like the call to action in that song. So it's the most important part of the song because it's kind of like signifying what that song is basically saying. Like, all right, I want somebody for real. So shouts out to Mega. And I mean, shouts out to all my family and friends, man. Shouts out to my children, because they definitely was an inspiration for this project.
Okay.
You most definitely, you know what I'm saying? Like I say, my friends and family, anybody that I've been involved with, anybody that's given me advice, real advice that's been authentic, I've taken all that and collectively put into this project. So if you listening to it or whatever, and you know that you gave me some pointers about certain things, I want you to collectively, not collectively, but I want you to really, really sonically listen to it, because there's some gems in there, some things in there that you'll be like, damn, I'm the person that told him to do that. So shouts out to you too, Keisha, because it's some parts in my album that she kind of kicked it to me and was like, yeah, you got some good songs, but some of them sound incomplete.
Oh.
So I was like, oh, bet. You know what I'm saying? And this was like this is like when homie was talking, I could take constructive criticism. Right. You know what I'm saying? It just depends on who it's coming from. You know what I'm saying? But I take that and I say, all right, bet. When I go to the studio, I'm finna make sure that I make some junk that you can't deny. You know what I'm saying? So when I play my songs and I see somebody leg moving or their foot tapping or they might be singing my song afterwards, because I done caught some people that I done played it around, and they be like, "Yo, sure." I be like, "Got your ass." got you. So I'm happy about this project altogether, man. And shouts out to everybody that's around me, everybody that's in my tribe, man. Everybody has been a huge influence, and they have helped create this project.
All right. So now, for everyone that's curious to know, if you know, you know, but Avenue released this album at midnight. It is on every platform. I am going to allow him to tell you where to find all of his music and where you can follow him on all of the different social media platforms at this time.
All right, so I'm gonna make it super easy for y'all. I'm gonna drop a link about right here. This is a master link for all my links where you can find me socially, as well as this link right here is where you can find this project. Whether if you have Spotify, Amazon, Apple Music, whatever it is that you use, because I am on. When I say everything, hold on, let me get comfortable. let me explain this, because a lot of times I have to do this, because I have a friend that asked me this, and she was like, "Where can I find your music?" Mm-hmm. And people don't like. I'm a professional, and sometimes I have to bring myself back a little bit because I'm an artist. You know, artists, they like Erica say, artists, they sensitive about their shit. Mm-hmm. So when you refer to a project as a mixtape, when you refer to an actual album that somebody put their money into, and you be like, hey, can you download it? You know what I'm saying? Or can you send it to me? When you say things like that, I know you don't mean you don't mean no harm. But you just can't say things like that. You know what I'm saying? Right. When somebody say you can find my project everywhere, that literally means everywhere. That means you can get on Google and you can type my name in, you can type my project in, and you can find it at whatever streaming platform that tickles your funny. Well, I don't even want to say that. Tickles your fancy. I don't want to say that. Not what tickles your fancy, but the point is, just type in the name of the album. You can find it on everything. So if you're an Amazon person, if you use Pandora, if you use Spotify, if you use Apple Music, if you use YouTube, if you use SoundCloud, whatever it is that you use, you'll be able to find my project. And if you also want to purchase it, you can purchase it right here at this website right here, bandcamp.com/Official Avenue.
All right. So, with that being said, guys, you have a full rundown of this new album from Avenue. We want to hear from you guys at this point. Take a listen. Tell us what's your favorite track. Tell us how you feel about the album. Tell us what it is that you would like to see from him next, because he is that guy that loves to make sure that his audience is included in his decisions. So if you feel like, hey, maybe you should try this, let him know, because like he told you, his album shows his transitions from the party lifestyle to now being a more mature person, and taking into consideration some of the things that people have told him is how this whole album came to be, because the EDM house stuff and all of the pop stuff was not his lane at first, but it took him to this new project, and I think that it's going to be a hit. So let us know what you think. And until next time, guys, thank you guys for joining us. And again, make sure you show some love to Avenue Ray's Love on his new album, The Night After the Party. And we'll see you guys next time.
Thank you.